All right, New York Mankeys, I know we are coming off of our third loss this season. Back-to-back losses is kind of brutal, but we need to understand that we've come this far and we can't give up. All we need to do is win one of our next 2 games, and we should be locked into the playoffs as the wild card. I say should because there is one rare instance where we don't get locked in, I think. I don't want to reveal any other team scores. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about us. I think if we win one of these next 2 games, we are shoe in for the playoffs, and we need to step our game up if we do make it. But today we are going up against Mulvone from Cincinnati. And you know what? I'm ready to play. I am ready to play. I hope you guys are ready to play. I apologize for me leaving Sakura on the field last week. I know I shouldn't have, but gosh darn it, I did not see the crit coming. That's okay. That was one of the best matches we've played this season. In my opinion, I think you guys did fantastic. Now today, we are bringing Fresh Blood. It's coming back one more time with the Stealth Rocks. Garchomp, you're gonna do great. We have Sakura and Sasuke here because gosh, they're just so good. They're just so good. I don't care. Sasuke is gonna do some amazing work today. Bookworm is back with double elemental punches, Fire Punch for the Fortress, Ice Punch for the Gliscor. We shut down most of our opponent's team just with Conkeldurr, can take care of the Mega Manectric. Another reason why Garchomp is around, and of course, Rotom Heat. Fireboy Luke is coming through, and I'm hoping to see some good things from Fireboy Luke. Let's get out there and let's win this week. Let's secure our spot in the playoffs by taking out a team who I believe only has 1 loss. Let's do this, Mankeys. No holding back. What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn welcoming you back to another week of the GBA. This is week number 9, and we are going up against the Cincinnati Loudreds. If you're excited, please be sure to show some Shady love to that thumbs up down below. The New York Mankeys need your support because today, support, not sport, is a very important day. If we win this game, I'm pretty positive we clinch a spot as the wild card in the playoffs. Could be wrong, not sure, but I want to win today regardless. We are going up against, like I said, the Cincinnati Loudreds, coached by Mulvone. Link is in the description. Really good guy. We're going to go ahead and go over the Pokemon that we're bringing. As you can see on your screen, we are bringing Bookworm, Fresh Blood, Octavius, Fireboy Luke, Sasuke, and Sakura. So we got the snakes in the back for good reason. We have Fireboy Luke, who I don't think we've brought once yet this season, which is interesting, but it is rocking the HP Ice, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Overheat. So a lot of coverage on there, mainly because I need to cover all of his mons. He will have the Mega Manectric, which before he Mega Evolves, I won't be able to get a Volt Switch off safely because it's just too risky. But Bookworm is packing both elemental punches. Fresh Blood is actually max attack, max speed with an Adamant Nature because my opponent has 2 mons that outspeed it regardless whether I'm Jolly. He has the Mega Manectric and has the gosh darn Keldeo. So we're going to struggle a little bit. We do have the physically defensive Scizor with U-Turn, Defog, Roost, and Bullet Punch. So Defog I don't want to have to use, but if it comes down to it, we need to because I want Fireboy Luke to be preserved. We're going to jump into this match now. We have to play smart to win this week. Our opponent, I think, only has 1 loss. 1 loss. That's it. 1 loss. Could have 2. I'm not sure. We'll see the Fortress Gliscor, which I knew we were going to see. He has the Gallade, Gastrodon, and the Manectric. So looking at this, rocks are pivotal. I could see my opponent opening up. I don't know what he would open up with. I think if we get rocks up, we're opening up. We're not gonna think about it. We're just gonna open up Fresh Blood. We're gonna open up Fresh Blood. I don't think he's running Defog Gliscor because to do that you can't run Poison Heal, and to be honest there's no way he's doing that. So he did not bring the Weavile with good reason because I do have the Bookworm which Mach Punches it and just makes it go away. Unfortunately we're gonna have to hit that Gallade with an Elemental Punch from Conkeldurr. We can't really hit it with anything else. It resists both of our fighting type moves in Mach Punch and Drain Punch. Kind of wishing I had brought just anything else. Even EQ would have been great, but I really wanted Drain Punch on there because I still think, I mean, it's neutral on the Fortress, we'll get HP back. The Gastrodon is a little bit of a problem. We have to keep Sasuke alive. What's brilliant though is I actually did bring, I'm not brilliant like gloating, but what's gonna work out brilliantly, hopefully in this match, is that I brought the Hidden Power Grass Sakura. So, I opted to not go for Mirror Coat simply because I was afraid of Keldeo perhaps setting up on me with sub and nonsense and kind of having its way. So I didn't want to bring the Mirror Coat, although it is really good against the Manectric. I also think it's pretty obvious because I've used it before. So hopefully with those 2 things hand in hand, we'll be able to catch him off guard with the Hidden Power Grass. So Fresh Blood is going to open up as my opponent does open up with Snap, the Gliscor. Very obvious. Really regret not putting Hidden Power Ice on this thing. But I'm just gonna set my stealth rocks up. I was so close to putting hidden power ice on my fresh blood. I really was. But alas, we did not. Once we get rid of this Gliscor, unfortunately, we also have to get rid of the Gastrodon in order to volt switch with our Rotom. We're gonna see he is gonna go for the EQ. We are not physically defensive, so if this is an offensive Gliscor, it's gonna do an okay amount. It does do an okay amount. And now we're gonna see a Toxic Orb, confirming that he is not in any way, shape, or form. Gosh diggity darn, defog. So I think the best thing we could do here, I don't know if it's the best thing we could do. But I think Bookworm is a pretty good switch in. I could also say Sakura being a really good switch in. We're gonna go on into Sakura here. I don't want to go on into Bookworm because if he predicts that and goes on into Glade, we are gonna be in a little bit of trouble. And I'm fine with him. I'm fine with this right here. I really am. So goes for the Toxic. Kind of unfortunate, definitely. Had I gone out into my gosh darn Conkeldurr, that would have been amazing. I'm in like a really lighthearted mood right now, even though this game is super important. I don't know. I really am super lighthearted. I could see the Gastrodon coming in right here, and I wouldn't mind going for the 2-hit KO. I think Scald's our safest bet. You just go for it. Either that or you predict the Fortress. Scald is still gonna hurt that Fortress. Kind of wishing I had gone onto the Bookworm, but we're gonna go for the Scald. Bookworm would have been beautiful, but he's gonna go for the Protect to get toxic damage off and all that nonsense. So he's gonna see our Scald. So we've seen Toxic, Earthquake, and Protect. So I'm pretty confident Conkeldurr is the Pokemon that we're gonna have to use in order to take out this Gliscor. Without a doubt. So he saw me go for the Scald. I really don't care if he go. I guess I should run the Calc, because if Milotic, and we have Gastrodon, and if we go for Hidden Power Grass, it's a 2-hit KO. So not enough. But I definitely see him switching out here. There's there's almost no way he's staying in. I mean, we can go out into, we could just go for another Scald. Like I said, even if he goes on into the Gastrodon, it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna go for the Scald. He's gonna withdraw Snap. Either Fortress or Gastrodon has to come out here. Gonna go out into the Gastrodon. Could have definitely, I gotta remember who I'm facing, and I should have just gone for the HP Grass. There would have been huge, but he is gonna get the Storm Drain special attack boost. I don't mind too much. I don't know, I mean, I know this thing learns Energy Ball, but I don't think it'll take me out. I seriously doubt it'll take me out. One thing I can't do is I can't switch into my Superior. I cannot do that because this thing Gastrodon probably has Ice Beam, and that would hurt a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna rock out HP Grass. If he has Protect on this as well, and his plan was to Toxic Storm, he got me good. But we're gonna hit him with the HP Grass. Super effective. It is a 2-hit KO, so of course that would have been great. He goes for the Ice Beam, predicting the Sasuke to come through. But HP Grass is really gonna come in clutch here. Toxic damage is racking up. And I want to say he's gonna preserve this thing. I can't see him just letting it go down, especially with Sakura getting so low already, which is super unfortunate for us. I'm gonna go ahead and go on into Bookworm. I think Bookworm's the safest bet. I'm predicting the Fortress to come in. Definitely predicting Fortress. He actually goes for the Recover. Wow! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna live to regret that, but hardly. Man, that stinks. I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch here. We're just gonna see how much it does. I'm really curious. It should do, it does an okay amount, nothing crazy. Goes for the Scald. I wouldn't mind a burn. I wouldn't mind a burn. I am Guts Assault Vest. No burn though, no burn, no burn. No burn. I could see him recovering here. Or potentially switching out into Gliscor, but I wouldn't really care if he switches out into Gliscor. So we're just gonna go for another Drain Punch. I think Conkeldur's just really, really solid in this matchup. I mean, the Gallade and the Talonflame are there, but I think I'm fine with just going for another Drain Punch, getting some HP back, bringing him below half. If he does Scald me and get the burn, I can take him out next turn. So we're gonna see a Scald. And if he does burn me, which he doesn't, man, the one time you want a Scald burn, you just don't get it. And that's +1 Scald. We have to remember that because the Storm Drain was there. Had I just gone for double HP Grass, wow, I can't believe he stayed and went for Recover. I cannot believe that. So I'm trying to predict a little bit too much. Got to make the safer plays. Drain Punch is going to bring him down very, very, very low. I think he'll probably recover here. Is going to recover, but it's going to leave us at a point where almost nothing happened in this match. Essentially, almost nothing happens in this match. I don't know that, I mean, Superior should be able to one-shot, but I don't want to risk one coming in on an Ice Beam, or I just don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. I need that Talonflame gone before I even consider my Superior able to do what it's got to do when it's got to do it. Now, if the Manectric doesn't Mega Evolve before my Superior gets out here, I will outspeed it unless it's Rock and Protect to get its speed increase in the first turn. So Bookworm is back up to full HP. Gastrodon did go for a Scald. Maybe he thinks that I'm Iron Fist, but no burn. I mean, don't get me wrong, pardon me. How much PP do I have on the Drain Punch? I have 12 left. It's not going to be my move of choice against any other Mon. I'm going to Drain Punch. I'm just going to Drain Punch. I mean, we're waiting here. We're either waiting for me to get a crit, for him to get a Scald Burn. One way or the other, it would be fine, because he's going to recover up here. He's going to recover up here. I could have taken that opportunity to go out into Superior, get a Leaf Storm off, and pretty much scare anything at all. But we're gonna wait for that opportunity one more time. Let's go for a Drain Punch. I really, really would not mind a burn at this point. I just wouldn't. Because Drain Punch will take him out. If he burns me right here, Drain Punch will take him out. I can only say it so many times. Gonna opt to recover though. Maybe he's remembered now about Guts. I don't know if he's remembered or what have you. It's just too risky to switch Superior in. It just is. We're gonna just keep going for Drain Punch. I have to. I honestly have to. I mean, he does win at the end of this because I will run out of, I mean, he's gonna withdraw, and because he's using a lot of his recovers. Goes out into the Glade, who can obviously take this pretty well. Gonna take rock damage and going to take nothing else really. Now, I think Glade is leftovers Glade. I mean, I think a Psycho Cut is going to hurt us way too much. Psycho Cut doesn't quite take us out. And I really don't want him setting up. Oh. Would he set up a sub? I feel like he would set up a sub. We're going to go ahead and go for the Ice Punch. Now it goes for the substitute, so the Ice Punch staying in was the right play. In fact, what's beautiful about this now is that the only reason why I did that is because I saw the leftover, so I felt like, oh, substitute makes perfect sense. He can't take out my Conkeldurr. I don't believe he can in one hit unless he crits me with Zen Headbutt or Psycho Cut, but because we see the Glade, I'm guessing it's going to be bulk up substitute. And I'm just going to keep going for Ice Punch now. Goes for the Drain Punch to get HP back, which of course, very solid play. It's going to do a large amount of damage to 60 HP. Wow, 61. So we're going to get an Ice Punch off. Does a good amount, does a really good amount. Enough where I think even if he Drain Punches, we'll be fine. No! All right, so we did have that DC, and basically we're going to recreate the battle as best we can. We got back to this point where Bookworm versus Gastrodon. He's going to Scald. He's going to Scald. Hopefully he gets the 4 Scalds without burning me, because if not, I think I lose my sub prediction essentially. So there's one Scald, no burn. He's gonna go for Scald. We're talking on Skype right now. I said watch Scald burn first turn, but I think I don't want the burn now because it's not the way the original battle happened. Although I did want it initially, but now I just don't. Now I just don't. So he goes for another Scald, and if he gets the burn, which he does, now the battle resets. Okay, so we reset. Well, good luck, have fun. So now, unfortunately, I don't get to make my sub prediction at all. I'm just gonna Drain Punch again. I still think it's the right play, whether he stays in or not, but it really stinks that this is the way it worked out, because I had a full HP Bookworm up against a Gallade who took Rocks damage, who took Drain Punch damage, and then who took Substitute damage. And then Drain Punched me, Ice Punch, it was gonna go down. And then unfortunately, we DC'd. So he did just get a new router. Apparently he still had his old connection set up, so it was connecting to the old router instead of the new one. So the DC was on his side, but we're gonna take it from here and we're gonna try our best to focus, get back into the shake it off. Shake it off! Shake it off! So he's gonna switch, gonna opt to go out into Snap Snap, the gosh darn Gliscor. So makes perfect sense for him to go into this. Definitely. I could see him obviously protecting here. I could definitely see him protecting here to get his poison heal. So the question is, do I bother staying in? If it's an obvious protect, do I stay in? I feel like I gotta force plays. I can't just take needless damage. I'm going to, is he really gonna protect? He's definitely gonna protect. He's definitely gonna protect. Now, our Game Boy seems like a pretty safe switch in. And I think HP Ice is a one-hit KO. Maybe not. All right, I think we're gonna go into Sasuke. I'm gonna go into Sasuke. Really weird play, but my thought process is he's gonna protect. I get it in for free. I get a Leaf Storm off somehow, some way. I get a Leaf Storm off. He's gonna protect. It's gonna fail. Protect. Fail. Do I think he's gonna protect again? That's the question. And if I do think that, do I just go for Glare? I'm not. A Glare would be so good if the Talonflame came in. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna Leaf Storm. I'm gonna Leaf Storm, and it's going to do a good amount of damage because it's a crit. That's one reason why it's gonna do, but I don't think it matters too much. The Fire Fang is going to come in, which of course does stink. We're gonna take a decent amount from it. Kind of knew Fire Fang was coming at some point. But the problem for my opponent is that now that this Leaf Storm is here, and I have HP Fire, I don't know what he does to get out of this. I mean, granted, he could stall on my Leaf Storm turns if he wants to by protecting and all that nonsense. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna click them till they're gone. To be honest, we know that his Gallade is not scarfed. We know his we know he's no scarf Pokemon. So because the Manectric has not come in yet, Sasuke outspeeds everything on my opponent's team. Absolutely everything. So we're gonna get the Leaf Storm off, and it's gonna take him out. Now that was the best play he could have done, definitely, because he does get to get the Talonflame in here and get me out of here, and that's very, very good for my opponent. Very, very good for my opponent. So Superior is gonna take the Gliscor out. Talonflame is obviously going to come in, and I have to switch. I can't risk it because this Superior is probably my best bet at sweeping. At essentially winning. If I can get the Superior in against Gastrodon without taking an Ice Beam, I should be able to sweep. I should be able to sweep. as long as his Manectric never comes in. If his Manectric comes in now, which I don't know what he's thinking about, because there's just, he has to go into Talonflame. He has to go into Talonflame. If he wants to Roost, if he wants to U-turn, that's totally up to him. I can't risk it. I can't risk it a little bit. And that's why Rotom Heat will be coming in immediately, as soon as his Talonflame hits the field. Goes out into Fortress, which I think is a very big mistake. I think that's going to unnecessarily cost him Pokemon. So I'm going to go for Hidden Power Fire, and I'm at +2, so it's going to one-shot. So Fortress is going to go down. It's a crit. Crit doesn't matter at that point. That crit didn't matter. The other crit, I would say the other crit didn't matter either, because you get your +2. So since crit's only 1.5, those are two unnecessary crits. Manectric's gonna come in. He really doesn't want his Talonflame to take 50%, but that's what he had to do. I know that I outspeed this thing, so I'm just gonna Leaf Storm. Unless if he has Protect, then he's good. But I guess he really wanted to get rid of Rocks before going out into Talonflame. He wanted to get rid of Rocks, but he is going to Mega Evolve. If we don't see Protect, this thing will be gone. This thing will definitely be gone. And he's gonna Intimidate me. I'm gonna get +1 physical attack here. And the Leaf Storm is going to connect and take him out. That is going to be huge for us, because we do have the +6 superior. +6 superior. He's messing me on Skype. He said I just blew this game up. LOL, not thinking at all. It happens sometimes. Trust me, I've had weeks in the past where I haven't been thinking. So Talonflame is going to come in. Talonflame 100% has to go for Brave Bird here. So I can either go out into Fresh Blood, or I just go out into Fireboy Luke. I will opt to go out into Fireboy Luke. I have no reason to keep this thing in at all. It's still one-shots the Gastrodon, which I don't really have any other way of doing. I would have to two-shot the Milotic, and I'm toxic, so I'm on a timer. But Sasuke, that going into Fortress was that was pivotal right there. I mean, I guess he was banking on me not having HP Fire and having nothing, but I could not bring Superior without bringing HP Fire. I actually, there's just no way. Because HP Grass was the only other thing I was worried about bringing. I wasn't really too worried about bringing HPS because I had Conkeldurr and my Milotic to take care of the Gliscor. So I just didn't see the need to do anything else. I'm not going to over-predict and let Sasuke go down. There's no reason while that Gastrodon's still around. He's going to go for the Brave Bird, which Rotom, Fireboy Luke should be able to eat up. I am defensively invested somewhat. I'm definitely defensively invested somewhat. Nothing crazy. That looks like Choice Banded. And I don't think he'll switch out. So I think we just go for the Thunderbolt. I think he's just going to Brave Bird and get as much damage off, because when he's going to withdraw Talonflame, so Talonflame's going to go down to Rock, so I don't get as big of a differential. And Gastrodon is going to come through. So Gastrodon's at a poor amount of HP. Potentially 2 Overheats could have taken him out. But I wasn't thinking about that, to be honest. Now, I would say our best bet we'll have to basically my best bet is to let something go down. I'm actually gonna go on into Bookworm here. And the reason I'm gonna go into Bookworm is because I know I'm Assault Vest and I can take any of his attacks. The only reason why they were doing what they were doing before is because he was up. I just blasted the music in my ears and I almost pooped a little. The only reason why they were doing so much is because I'm +1, and I don't want to go on into Sasuke and risk an Ice Beam. It's just not worth the risk at all. Goes for the Ice Beam. That's exactly why I did not want to do it. And going on into Milotic, had he gone for Ice Beam definitively, then yes, Milotic would have been a fine play because I could HP Grass and take him out. However, there's no way to definitively know if he was going to do that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Drain Punch here, get some HP back. The Glade is still around, which of course is a problem, but we know it's gonna. We were probably. I'm expecting to go 5-0 in this match, because the Glade. I have to let something go down to it, because I can't let it set up a substitute. Drain Punch is gonna do a lot more now, because we are gonna one-shot because of Guts, Conkeldurr, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Because I'm Bird now, I know that I can dish out more damage than Gastrodon can. So Gastrodon is gonna go down to a Guts Drain Punch, and we are going to. It looks like overcome our almost sorrowful DC playthrough. And I think a Psycho Cut will take us out. I also just don't think that it's worth not staying in. I guess we just Mach Punch for damage. But if he subs, that puts us in a really bad spot. So all that matters is not him not subbing. It's the only thing that matters is him not subbing. I think. I don't want to throw the game away. We're just gonna go for the Ice Punch in case we manage to let. He does go for the substitute. He goes for the substitute. So I wish I would have Drain Punched. I do, but I did instead decide to Ice Punch. So he's gonna let me take a little bit more burn damage before he probably Drain Punches me down so that he gets his HP back. We'll see those leftovers that we saw before the DC, and we are going to. I kind of want to Mach Punch. I do for damage, but I don't think it's worth the risk. It's just not to me. It's just not. I'm just gonna keep going for Ice Punch. See, had I Drain Punch both times, then I don't think his. Oh, he's gonna withdraw Gallade and go out into Talonflame. He's gonna let Talonflame go down to rocks. He's gonna let Talonflame go down to rocks. Gallade's gonna come back in. He's doing that basically so that I don't get any recovery potentially by Drain Punch. Maybe he's trying to play a mind game where he wants me to go for Mach Punch. He also wants to bring Bookworm down to a point where he's able to take me out. If we've seen substitute Drain Punch, I think that's all we've seen. I think Mach Punch will still do 25%. I'm gonna go for Mach Punch. I think it'll still break a sub on the following turn. So I'm gonna go for Mach Punch here. Just bring him down as much as I can. That's easily 25%. It's a crit, actually, and we're gonna see a Drain Punch. So that crit, you can argue, might have mattered, but I don't think it does because he's gonna take me out regardless. And I think we just have to go out into pretty much anyone. I think Scizor does the trick. I'm pretty positive, unless he's really defensive. Oh, hold on, I'm looking at the wrong Gallade. All right. I mean, actually, I think that Fresh Blood just does the trick with EQ. Now I'm thinking about it. Garchomp has crazy high attack stat. I know I outspeed, and we should just be good to go with a simple Earthquake, and that should wrap up the game. So in a staggering win, the New York Mankeys, I believe, have just clinched the wild card. Not entirely sure. Things can still happen, so I'm not going to stop giving my all. Good game, Andrew. Sorry about the DC and just the way that it played out. The unfortunate interruption can really swing some things, but I'm pumped. New York Mankeys are now 6-3. We have 1 week left before playoffs, and we're not giving up. Hashtag New York Mankeys in the comment section down below. I have nothing else to say. I'm proud of these guys on the team. I love you. I love you, all you fans, so much. You're the reason why I keep doing the GBA, 100%. So thank you so much for supporting us through the past 2 tough weeks. I love you. I'm gonna get the heck out of here and go celebrate with Sasuke. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it